summer is over in a flash and you're on your way.
Right, well, let's see how well this goes. I should be able to hear. Hello. I've just realised that you won't be able to hear stereo mix on there. 2 seconds. It's slick as always, this. I don't know how that's going to work, but that should. If people want to join into the Discord so they can share their thoughts, they can. Because use the invitation in the description below, and that will hook you straight into Discord, into the talk group that I have set up there and running. So, hello. So, the thing that has been flying around now on social media and from the news is from the 15th of June. Let's get it up on here. Well, this could get interesting straight away then. Right, well, so from the 15th of June it'll be compulsory to wear masks on public transport as a passenger. Also, young children, disabled people and those with breathing difficulties will be exempt. This is as the UK recorded another 176 deaths. Now, my personal view to this is the reason why the statistics are going up a little bit is because we've got quite a few protests going on. I've been on holiday this week and had plenty of time to peruse social media. And all the protesting, I don't want to say what it is because I'll just get purged from the internet, just like a lot of others are doing. But as well as the current pandemic that's going on, you've got the protesting going on. So you've got massive groups all meeting and not wearing masks or any protection, no social distancing. And in the US it's even worse, there's rioting, and for those that can hear it ever so slightly, that radio in the background is the New York PD, who I've been watching on 2 nights now as they follow a mob round New York City, as you'll see from Instagram. So with this update for public transport, we have at our company a social media that isn't for the public. Many others have it as like maybe a Facebook group that's private and you must be entered in by management or whichever. So I can see comments are already here stacking up, which is going to be an interesting one. So we'll start off with these. Is Transport Manchester hello twice. Dizzy Hacker 02, hi. Streaming bot, we don't like you. You just ban people for no reason. You're like someone on the period all the time. In your words, hyphen Warwick. Manchester bus journeys is where we're going to start off with this one though. It is your job as a bus driver to make sure people are wearing masks. I never remember this bit in the job description when I signed, I'll be a driver, that it was in it, must make sure people wear masks, must make sure people have a valid ticket. I don't remember that bit. I remember my job as a bus driver was to drive the bus. That is it. Drive the bus, point A to point B. So I've just hit the microphone, I'm not used to it being there. Now, me personally, I'm not on as classed as asthmatic, but during certain months I am eligible, if I go see my doctor, to get an inhaler for shortness of breath. And I had it on one of the videos before, today it was actually, which was from, one second, again, slick as always, which was from Tails Plays Poker, which is, why don't you wear a mask when grinding? Simple fact, makes me feel like I'm suffocating. And when it covers my mouth and my nose like it's supposed to, glasses steam up. Now, not being any expert, but my licence requires me to wear my glasses at all times. So it's no use if I try driving a bus like that, because I'll just hit everything. I can't see sod all. So I need the glasses to see. So surely there's a safety concern there straight away, which is incidentally what I replied to him, which is why I don't wear a mask when I'm working. And you'll see me doing lots of jobs where people say, you must wear a mask. It's up to me. I'd rather shorten my life a little bit with a bit of dust than that. But that's another topic. Hi Jay, haven't you got some buses to be sorting out, mate? And you, SM, Muppet. So yeah, in a way, yes, it's my job to enforce, because I need to make sure everyone travels safely. But who gave me the medical degree to say that person's got asthma? That person doesn't need a mask because they've got breathe. I haven't had a medical degree. How do I know? I just look at people and go, yeah, that's fine, that mate. Yeah, that's fine. Which stop do you want, mate? Old Trafford, yeah, no problem. 250. That's it. I don't judge anyone that gets on my bus unless they're pissed out their head, look presumably quite homeless, and trying to get on with a burger. At that point I go, this might be a bit of trouble. But as a general rule, you can't overlook people. But then there's other parts of that where you have to look from the bus driver's view, as we have this responsibility to look after people. And we can look after people all we want, but would you, put it this way, would you leave a child 10 miles from school because they have to get the school bus with no mask? No, you wouldn't, because they're vulnerable. So where do you draw the line in it? Will I enforce it? I don't know, because if it becomes that the bus driver must wear the mask, they'll be finding someone else to drive the bus, because I won't be driving it. But yeah, we'll get the nutters, yeah, of course we will. And in Manchester, passengers aren't exactly inept to go, even when you pull them up on a ticket that's 4 months out of date, they'll turn around and go, oi mate, fuck off, and walk on, get on the bus. So what are they going to say when they get on the bus with no mask? Sorry mate, you can't travel today, you've got no mask. Oi, tosser, fuck off. And I'll go sit down and expect me to drive the bus. Hello? But that's Manchester. I'm sure it'll happen elsewhere as well. So I know I'm looking down, it's where the screen is. I have to read small writing. How long do we have to wear them? I have no idea. But as I'm sure someone will be profiting from it, probably quite a while. mean, these pharmaceutical companies must be loving it. You know, all these that are producing these masks must be absolutely loving it. Hi from Bradford, West York. Yeah, I know where Bradford is. Don't like Bradford. I've been Bradford several times on that X and don't like Bradford. Hi Leon. How are you, pal? Did you hear about the people that hacked into the police CB and put the song? Yes, because in America, which is what's playing now, unlike the UK, the police channels over there are completely analogue, unprotected, so as long as you've got the frequency, you don't need the internet. I could go over there, type in the local police frequency and listen to it and transmit on it. So it's very easy to do. The fact that that's what's playing in the background is about 7 different channels playing by Broadcastify, and it's been playing for about 2 days now. I just turn it down to that low level till I hear rioting, and then I'm like, right, webcams. Oh, yeah. And also the stream and audio, yes, they will do probably slightly because there's a delay from that camera to the computer, so that's probably why, but don't let that put you off. I only have one master supposed to be one use. I assume the drivers are expected to wear masks. Yes, and this is where the problem comes in, because you're then putting up onto the other part of the management have to have a medical degree to choose who's exempt and who isn't. But then when they get on the bus, the passengers will kick off because they can't see who is and who isn't, because they're expected to have a medical degree. So I do apologise for the sync of this. Like I say, it's because the camcorder goes through something and I've not delayed the mic enough to sort that out. So I do apologise. But this is the way of getting the better video quality that I can sit on the sofa, basically. Double Deck Anton. Hi pal, how are you? Do the bus drivers have to wear masks all the time? Well, we're presuming so. Our company is trying to get a bit more information on it, but judging by what's been said, we will have to, which is a bit silly when we're behind perspex. So that in a way, that's our mask, and they put plastic over all the holes, and you know, that's our mask in a way. But then if you're just getting on and off the bus, say at a driver changeover at the side of the road, you're not going to interfere with the public that's sat on the bus, because we do our changeovers with people on. But if you're doing it without people, it doesn't really matter, does it? But that's not what the public will see. The public will see that you're sat behind your perspex with no mask on, so that means they can get on the bus with no mask on. So it's another one where the government have come in with this great idea, and it's not very thought through, poorly executed, poorly explained, and is generally crap. Not saying that looking after people's health isn't crap, but it was said that early on in this that most people won't become ill from it, and it suddenly has become a problem when the buses in Manchester were not busy, not socially busy, but they were busy enough at the beginning. You know, and you've got people on the buses that don't want to go upstairs, don't want to sit down, so they end up... I had a bus the other day, I had to put it bus full because I couldn't get any more people on and no one would go upstairs. And I only had like 15 on, we were allowed 20, but they're all downstairs. But again, this is another problem, because they say the social acceptable level for getting on is 20 on our deckers. That's great. I'm a bus driver, not a doorman. We just get them on, and then you have to work out in the world's smallest mirror how many people are sat downstairs. Work out from a camera that 9 times out of 10 on our vehicles can only see the stairs. I don't know what it is like in London, but I know some of the London ones that I drove at Selwyn's, you could see a bit further down, but you couldn't really see that much. So you've got to work out how many people on your bus from that, because once you've gone down the road a few stops and let a few people on and off, you've lost track of how many people you had on the bus in the first place. But people won't stop getting on just because it's a bit busy. And no one will give up a seat for an old age pensioner so they can sit downstairs and put the other person upstairs. No one will give, because they had that seat first and that's my seat. And that's a society. So I got a bit involved in that one. I'm expecting to be pulled into an office at some point for this stream, and to be honest, I'm only covering topics. So, hi Lisa. Transport Manchester. If it's 30 degrees, humid, no one's going to wear a mask on a bus. Windows roasting you. Very well said. Very well said. School games. I've got breathing problems, so I can't wear a mask, but I have to use public transport in Manchester to get to work. Boris has not thought of that one. Yes, he has. If you have asthma or a breathing condition which is done by your doctor, you're exempt from wearing a mask. But that's what I'm saying, school games. If you get on my bus, say for instance I'm operating the 375 service, and you get on in the middle of nowhere, right? And I go to you, sorry mate, you can't travel without a mask, and you go, I'm exempt mate. How do I know? I'm not a bleeding doctor. I'm not going to sit there with a stethoscope, am I, watching your chest go in and out and counting. How the hell do I know? Oh, you lucky person, Double Decker. I say that and I'm on holiday. I've been on holiday Tuesday to Saturday. I asked for one day off and ended up with a week off. Not complaining, although there's naught to do. Well, tomorrow I am going to see my B10 and get on with that for a bit. All I'm doing now is walking Toad every 4 or 5 days, not travelling anywhere. You will not find me on a bus. Good man tells plays poker. Give that man a medal. Or girl. I can't tell from your name, but give that person a medal. I was watching the news last night and the other night before, and First Bus said their drivers don't have to wear masks as it affects their vision. What do you think about this? That is, Stephen, bang on. That is our argument with it. And our company has been, they're not too sure yet, so they are working it out, because their guidelines that the government have come up with is everyone that uses public transport, well, the driver uses the public transport, they drive it. So it's one of them. If the drivers are behind perspex, then that is their mask in a way. That is their protection from you, and it. So it's a tricky one, and it'll only see when come up with it. But I'm sure that I will keep you posted. It'll probably be as a short post. It'll probably be on Instagram, which you can get us at Mount Buses. So yes, our society is selfish, absent fantasy. That is not all our society, but some of the areas that we drive in, some of the areas we live in, some people in them areas are very selfish, and unfortunately not everyone is. I've seen you'd say going up and down Winslow Road, you'd say the students are quite selfish, but I've seen some students that aren't, and some students that will give up their seats, and so you can't tarnish everyone with the same brush. But there's certain areas that we drive in and people that we meet that are selfish, and unfortunately that's the way it is. Stephen Orr, I always give my seat up for elderly people. That's good as long as you're not the bus driver. If you're the bus driver and you give your seat up for elderly people tend to complain about that. But yes. Hi, yeah. Anton, you're stealing it, mate. You're stealing it. I've ordered my magic carpet on Amazon. Yes. Good story about Amazon. I ordered some paint on Amazon for the bus, which we're going to be using tomorrow. And not thinking, I ordered it like I do to one of the Amazon Dropbox things. And then when I got the email going, your order's arrived, I went, oh, bollocks, it's inside Morrison's. I'm thinking, please don't let me have to queue. And I got to Morrison's, the queue was humongous. And I went up to the 2 security guards that were stood there. It's bad, innit, we need security outside a supermarket. But went up to them and went, I've just got a parcel to collect. And they went, yeah, go in the exit. I'm thinking, oh, thank God for that. I wouldn't be queuing in that lot just for picking up a bleeding parcel. And that, just me picking up a parcel, caused outrage outside because everyone's seen it and I'd skipped the queue. So that just tells you what we're on about. Finn Whatsits, hi. Joan, I will not be on a bus till it's over. I live near tram services. Fair enough. Finn, yeah, I'm always late, don't worry about it. You'll get the job. Thomas, hi. Double deck, and it's a good topic to cover, Jordan. Mass will be too hot for the driver who has to do very long shifts. Yeah, it's a very good point that we'll sit in that seat for sometimes up to 5.5 hours maximum. To wear a mask for that amount of time, it'll become very stuffy, horrible, and masks are only supposed to be really for one purpose use. You can get ones that you can change the filters on and that, but it's one of them, innit? But you see, you'll have a lot of people that you see them as they get on the bus. They'll take the mask out the pocket, put the mask on. They'll go sit down, and as they get off, they'll take the mask off and put the mask back in the pocket. Well, any germs that are on that mask, you've just put in your pocket. So you've defeated the entire point of the mask. Just like the people that wear gloves, right? They'll get on the bus, they're with the glove on, they'll go, hello, yeah, I'm on the bus, yeah, I'm on the bus. They'll put the phone down, and then carry on. But then when they get home, they won't wipe the phone down, but they'll touch the phone with their hands. So whatever you've touched with the gloves is now on your phone, and then you've just touched the phone with your hand. Brain explosion moment. I get carried away, does it show? Plaxton Pointer, I'm back at school on the 5th, 1 day a week. How fucking pointless. That racket in the background. Yeah, that racket is the NYPD going mental because it sounds like there's a few people having fun. She's been on, right, no joke, she's been on for the last 4 nights. She's the citywide dispatcher, she's been on for 4 nights now. I say nights, over there it's going night time in the evening. But, anyway. Well, hi Phil. That helps that out. Alright, man. It's alright, I'm called all sorts, mate. Manchester Bus Students, why make masks needed in 2 weeks? If it was that much of an issue, then why not 2 months ago at the peak? Very good point. See, these people is the people you need to run the country. People that think. But yeah, it's needed in 2 weeks because they've got to give people time to be able to get a mask, basically. Because what's going to happen now is everyone's going to go on Amazon, eBay and whatever and get masks. So Mr. Postman's going to be busy for the next few days delivering masks. But It's a very true point, mainly because they're saying that public transport's now going to get busier now the relaxation's coming, and to be fair, from what I've worked, it's not been that busy. I've done 2 buses with bus full on, put my call in, they've sorted out another bus, that bus then runs with me. The other times the buses have already been duplicating, and I even went all the way to the logistics the other day with a duplicate, all the way back, and there weren't enough people to fill up 1 bus, never mind 2. Because it's very day to day. So that's why, it's because they're saying now that it's going to be a lot busier. Whether it is or not, who knows. School games, this is what I'm pointing out, we haven't got exempt written in our heads. I feel sorry for the drivers who are put under pressure to police the buses as well as drive them. Well, that is again very true. How they're gonna enforce it, don't know. Even as a driver myself, I've got no idea how I'm gonna enforce that. It'll be like tickets, I reckon. It's just gonna be one of them. A lot of people do get on the buses at the moment with masks anyway. There's only a few that don't. But you know, you see, if you wanted us to police the buses properly, you see like lots of people that get on, say, in town and go to Rusholme on Winslow Road. You can guarantee for a fact they don't all live together in the same house, but 7 of them will sit together. Not my job to go, sorry guys and girls, you can't sit together, you need to spread out. Not my job. They all get on the bus together, I have to presume they all live together, even though you can tell. Blind fucking Stevie Wonder would be able to tell they don't live in the same house. But you got to. They got rid of the 307 308 373 because MCT went, so I know I have some local link replacements, so I know to book a bus when I need to go out, use my system. Yeah, the dodgy one. Yeah, I've used a ticketer that's handheld the crap. Why deal with the problem when it's 3 times less than it was? Don't know. Boris, you want an answer on that one? No, he hasn't got one. Stuart, any ideas? No? Fair enough. I think it's just one of them. They seen it as public transport weren't being used that much, even though it was. Even during the low part of it, we were having to put on duplicates because certain buses were busy, like the 250 that goes near the Amazon factory, the Misguided factory, and JD Reebok, I think it goes near as well. We had to put on extras for their staff. So the buses were just as busy, just not all the time. Bet it'll be nice to crack on with the B10. No, it depresses me every single time I go to that rust bucket at the moment. But with the help of Leon, who was in there earlier, we should have had a new part arrive 3 days ago. However, due to a miscommunication and a bit of a cock-up, it should have been here today. But for some reason, Volvo haven't sent it out, so it's not here today. So it'll probably come tomorrow when we're not here. So it'll go on in the following week's time. But that's a video to come. That will be interesting. It should be compulsory to wear masks when social distancing is hard to practice. Very good point. But we've got then social distancing. Now this is a whole different topic, but I'll just put you slightly in the picture for Manchester. Chester Road runs past the Old Trafford, a Tesco's, a Lidl, and runs its way up to Stretford. It's quite a busy road for traffic. So it's 4 lanes, 2 going each way. Bus stops mostly are in laybys because it's so busy. 30-mile-an-hour road, and it's busy. At the best of times, it is busy. There's also a retail park on this lot as well, right? You don't see many people walking. However, TFGM, for obvious reasons, have narrowed it down to 1 lane in each direction. So the other day, at 3 o'clock, not even peak, 3 o'clock, you couldn't get across the box junctions because people were blocking the box junctions off because the traffic was coming to a standstill because everyone's trying to merge. But the point is, no sod walks there, so what is the point in the social distancing measures there? Making the pathway and cycleway wider. No one walks, no one cycles, what is the point? They've done it on London Road. Just remove the street furniture. It was always in the way, so remove the street furniture. Don't put up a little pavement and make it 1 lane, so it's 1 lane coming out of a busy city as it gets busier. Duh! Princess Street is the same, that's down to 1 lane in each direction. It's just pointless. Because they're just causing more traffic. Mr. Boris is going, go to work but don't go to work. Go to work but don't go to work. Use public transport but don't use public transport. If you've got to go to work, use a car, don't use public transport. So he's promoting people to use the cars, right? But they're making the roads narrower. Even him could get the picture that that is a bad idea, and he ain't even pissing a line. Rant over. Moving down a bit here. I've got well behind in this. So as I was still, I don't mind Mr. Decker. Good man. One guy told me that his bus, he can let 5 people on and services every hour, 2 hours. It's more than 5 on your buggered. Yes, depending on the bus, depends on how many people you can get on. Ours is 20 for a Decker, 11 for a single, I think it was, 7 for a mid-single and 5 for an Optare solo, I think. Can't remember off the top of my head, because we only have Deckers, so I only have to worry about the 20 figure. But then you are going to bring this in for supermarkets and have much more contact and perspex screens. I know, you can't even go down to McCall's anymore without feeling like you're in the post office. Just let me pass this through the hatch, love. It doesn't fit. Then they bag up all your shopping and you have to take it out of funny angles so you can get it out the pissing hole they've put there. You would think you would be quite safe in the cab though. Yeah, I'm pretty safe in the cab. I'd be much safer if they didn't do certain things in the cab. But I am safe in the cab, so that's fine. Wearing masks would solve the problem. Won't solve the problem. Very true, Anton. Very true. It is very shared that masks will not solve the problem. And the people that, my personal opinion is that people think that this will get down to level 1 where it'll completely disappear is a load of bollocks and bullshit, quite frankly. Because it's like any virus, it'll always be there. It's just that we'll have different ways of dealing with it. So the people that are most affected by it will have a cure of some description, and people that aren't that affected by it will be knocked out, as they said on the news, live on the news for a few days, and that'll be that. You'll be back to normal. It will never get down to 1 because you'll never rid a virus. It's like you can't rid the common cold. You can't rid AIDS. They're there for life now. It's there for life and you will never get rid of it. Doesn't matter how hard people try. So you've got to learn to deal with it. And by dealing with it, it's not queuing up at Asda for 2 hours so you can do your shopping. To follow their one-way system round the pissing store that takes you down fucking everywhere but where you want to go. I am a true man and I shop like a man. I go, right, I want chicken, chips, burgers, ice cream, say, pop and you just go to where you want in the store. Get in, get out. Not spend 20 minutes going, oh, I've got to go down this street, then when I go down this aisle I've got to go left, and then I've got to go right, and then I'm in pissing pet food and I don't have a pissing dog. Why? You end up circling the same place trying to get somewhere probably. I don't know, because I've not been in there. I've just been in the one in town, in Morrison's in town, that evening when it's quiet and you don't have to follow the one-way system. Because it's that quiet, you can go in, get your stuff, get out. Simple as. Problem sorted. Right. Where were we? I know I've got text off Sean. I thought a few weeks ago masks weren't advised as being useful by the government. Very true, they weren't. But like anything, they go to work but don't go to work. Wear a mask but don't wear a mask. No, you need to wear a mask, no you don't need to wear a mask. No, they're advised, no they're not advisory. They don't know what the fuck's going on inside their own flipping house. I ain't gonna read that joke, Stephen, but fair enough, I like that one. Finn Watsits, I mean, you would think that only people who take the bus at the moment are those who can't travel any other way. You would, but you'd be wrong, because unfortunately, I'm gonna pee off my own community in this now. There's a certain collection of people who are just riding around on buses. And I don't just mean bus enthusiasts. There is also other people who are just riding around on buses. And they take up a valuable place for someone on the bus. Oh, it sounds like it's kicking off over there. Yorkshire Tiger doesn't have a screen on. As shown the Flapcat Driver recent video, you can see how they have to put cling film. Yes, I've seen cling film screens. They are the funniest thing on the planet. I've seen one on a... Who does the X4? Which Ways? Is it Which Ways, Trandev? With his little plastic tent. Funniest thing I've ever seen. I nearly wet myself driving up Portland Street when I seen that. Was he using it? No. The reason he doesn't use it is because he can't see sod all in the near side mirror when it is down. And I don't need him to tell me that. You can just tell that because you try looking through your shower curtain at a mirror and tell me if you can see that cyclist. If your answer is no, which it most probably is when it's all wrinkled up, then how is that safe? Claxton Point is crazy how TFGM still makes services every 2 hours but have the cheek to make you drive at 0.025. It is. Tendered services. They can't just withhold the tender, so they've got to run the tender. However, you'd think they'd emergency pull the tender off in this time. It's one of them, unfortunately. There's quite a few tendered routes out there, including a few which run with a duplicate, but we don't get paid for the duplicate. So the duplicate's a commercial service, but the tendered service in front is the tendered service, which is... yeah. What happens if the service is every 2 hours? Do you have to wait for another one? Yes. Short answer. Yeah. However, what do we do as a driver if you're vulnerable? We can't leave you there for 2 hours. I mean, how pissed off would you be that you've just spent 5 minutes waiting in a bus stop in the pissings of rain, because let's be honest, it's Manchester and England, it will rain at some point, and the bus turns up and the bus is full. You're not going to stand there for 2 hours in the pissings of rain. Or if you're not near home, you've gone shopping, you've got your shopping, you're not going to stand there, are you? I don't think TFGM services will get an extra bus if one is full. Yes, they will, but it comes with the operator to run them. Price of masks. Have you seen them? No. But let's have a look, shall we? What is it? An N95 mask. Shopping. Apparently Google does not recognise N95 mask. Alright, let's eBay it then. Just got a COVID-19 warning, that's it. I've got football shirts. Oh yeah, football season starting up, innit? N95 mask. £3.25 to £17.99. You've got to be shitting me. £5 for two. £3.45. A reusable washable face mask activated by carbon respirator with filter. £4.29 to £16.95. You can go and fucking swivel on it, mate. I've noticed that a lot of the pictures on eBay are of women wearing the masks. Women with varying degrees of features. £9.50 to £375. My voice could not go any higher at that point. Robbing bastards. Finn, what's this? Me as a enthusiast, I would not go on the bus to take up a space. We're not bothered with, say you travel to a bus station on the bus. That's not a problem. You're travelling. No problem with that. But it's the people that are riding round on the buses, you know, videoing the journey, the full route from A to B. That's what we have. That's what personally I have a problem with at the moment. Before this, not a problem. You could ride round on my bus till you're blue in the face until I've got to go back to depot. Not a problem. Couldn't care less. But in the current scenario, echoing. That might be because. One sec. That'll be fine. The audio will be probably a bit more out of sync now, but I didn't realise that it was taking the feed off there as well. Yeah, I've got no problem with you going to a bus station and you say then get off the bus and take your photos away. That's travelling from point A to point B. It's riding around on the buses which is the issue. Like I say, before all this, not a problem. You could ride around on the bus all day, sit in the back all day, couldn't care less. Natalie. Banana! Hi, sweetheart. You alright? Finn, what's it? My mum has been sewing masks and dropping them off to me and the family. It's the cheapest option and not taking from the NHS. I mean, if buying them online, you're not, but I've just, as you see, I looked at the prices. They can go swivel on it. Prostitutes charge less than that, probably. I don't know, I'm digging myself a hole there. I think that was £3 for a reusable one. It might have not been, I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's expensive. Politicians make me laugh, lol. Should have really read this before I started reading it out. As they want to use our kids as guinea pigs and send them to school, but they won't send theirs. I read that, right, that school story, I know exactly which one you're on about, or the ones like it anyway. Right, they want to send school children back because they have to be educated. So picking the ones that will soon sit their exams will send them back, as well as it will relieve the younger ones because it will make so people can go back to work. The school that you're talking about was open during the whole lockdown, so key workers' children could go to school. You only have to apply a little bit of logic to this to wonder why there's a positive case there. So, Freddie's mum is a nurse and works in the NHS. Freddie's mum goes to work, comes back home from work after being exposed to COVID-19. Freddie goes to school after being exposed to mother, who's not showing any symptoms, but he's carrying it now. So Freddie goes to school, passes it on to the children in the school. Their children, Bob and Ant, then go home and pass it on to their parents. And that's how that goes on. So, of course, there's going to be positive cases in the schools that have remained open during the lockdown. Again, as it was said by whoever that professor idiot is, the one that I really fucking can't stand listening to, because he just repeats himself, the virus is not that harmful to the majority of us. It is to some of us, but not to everyone. So, it might not cause any issues, but you still get a positive case. So, you got to do. And I'll read out your messages, Transport Manchester, don't worry. I see the bot has gone a bit sensitive again. Mike, we should be able to ask the reason for the journey so we can make a decision to accept or reject them. Do you know, I wouldn't accept anyone. I'll be like, no, that's not a good. I'll just drive this empty bus round. Fuck yes. Natalie, yeah, you should pop up sometime, Natalie. On Messenger. I don't mean come over, because that'd be in break of the rules. But I'll come see you at some point in a park and stay 2 meters away, because we must all stay 2 meters away. I went to the garden centre, normally 3 or 4 cars, nearly 20 cars now. Not that bad. 1 solo, 1 family. Yeah, that's pretty much. Good luck, yeah. I think how they want to ship us off to school is unacceptable. I'm presuming you're a child, and school no children wants to go to, but you've got the thing that the bit they'll struggle with is they've got to look at the big picture, and you won't please everybody. That's the simple case. You know, when I went Longdale, it was all one way. So it would work in that school, because it's all one way. So you're always all going the same way. Right? But politicians can't please everybody. Everything they say, they can't please everybody about it. So some people will be pissed off, some people won't agree with it, some people will agree with it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. And that's how it is, basically. And you don't want to look at yourself as a guinea pig. You're going there to be educated. You've got to have an education to get on really in life. Or you got to know the basics at least. You might fail it all like I did, but you still get a decent job. But yeah, people still take the piss. You're a bath driver. Well, last week I was a key worker. Then I was downgraded back to the scum of the earth. But I had my moments of fame, but now I'm scum of the earth again. So you've got to look at it the way that you need your education. So you just got to be sensible about it. Simple as. When people are in supermarkets, you're not always 2 meters apart. Passing each other ain't quickly is not really gonna affect each other. I don't mean go running past each other like Houdini or anything, you know, but It's not really gonna, you pass people on the street closer than that, it ain't gonna really bother anyone too much. But you just got to be sensible about it. I mean, you can't go snogging your best mate, you know, because that there might be an issue with that, you know. And the best one which has come out at the moment is you can't go around to someone's house to have sex with them. Well, no, not unless you've got a 2 metre dick, you know, and even then you still have to see it doesn't really work. I think they're just doing so much at once. From what's it, they are, but at the same time, people are going to do what they want anyway. Look at it, was in the middle of lockdown, people still went to the beach. They're going to do what they want anyway, so the government are just trying to work the best they can, I think, with it. Always a literal meter. Will there be a requirement for more buses once schools get busier? I think we're going up to 70% and then on working our way back up to 100%. I mean, we won't get there because obviously there won't be night buses until the clubs come open again and stuff like that, but we'll be working closer to that figure. So yes, there will be. You'll also may find that you'll have more buses following each other. Thing I know that kids have to, it's hard to work from home and help isn't at hand. Exactly. How many kids are going to sit down and work at a table at home? You're not. You're just gonna, you get distracted easily, where in school they might learn a bit more. It's hard to work at home with all these distractions. Yeah, exactly. That's what I've just said. I didn't even read your comment there, Plaxton Point. I already went on one. Well, I can't even work at home on my own website without being distracted. That's off the cards for you then. You cheeky bitch. I will get you so hard, Natalie, that you will never feel it coming. I'll work on that. Didn't come out quite right, but I'll work on it. Bot is wrong. What's the bot doing wrong? Well, yes, supposedly, yeah, but unfortunately in certain eyes we're not. And I cannot believe that we've been going for 52 minutes. What buses do you... I only drive E400s, ADL bodied, all over Manchester, central garage in Manchester, so we do it everywhere. So we go pretty much all over Manchester. It did, didn't it? It didn't go quite as to plan. I'll work on that. Duplicate boards and split shifts for the near future then. Pretty much, yeah, we've got quite a few duplicate boards at the moment, and the duplicate boards go so far back that they've still got GM buses written on them. Hi, the Scottish bus enthusiast and Mike. Yeah, I know, it didn't go well, did it? Natalie, you are so the downfall of me. I will think of something to come back to you on that one. I don't drive an E200. I only drive E400s, that's it. My garage only has double deckers, that's all we have. Thoughts on Diamond? They need to drop a few more body panels off. I'm missing a few body panels on my bus, and I could do with a good bit of aluminium. And I can use their panels to make my panels, you see. So if they keep dropping the panels on the side of the road for me, I can keep picking them up. And then I can either sell them back to them. I can go, you can have your body panel, but it's 50 quid, and I make 50 quid. Or I can cut them up. You know? Extortion, everyone else is doing it. That's why Plaxton Point, you'll keep finding me commenting on their pictures of their solos that's fresh out the paint shop with how many body panels are going to keep falling off, is because I've found a few of their body panels already and claimed them. You ever drove the 38 route, or do you have a route you do every day? No. The way it works is we have duties. The duties have different routes on, and we're given different duties every day. You may do the same duty a few days on the run, but yes, I do the 38. GM buses, bloody hell, good memory there. I'll see if I can get a picture of the top of the sheet. It all depends what information's on the sheet. If there's information relating to the garage, like phone numbers and stuff like that, I can't take a picture of it and put it on the internet. Not without blanking off the number and stuff like that, but I'll see what I can do. I keep an eye on Instagram when I go back. Hello Aaron, Finn, what's it? Bevo are the best 30 odd X Dublin 400s. I mean, school buses that use 91 seats are normally distance. Well, this is the thing, right? Not X are due to come back shortly, so will Megabus in the future. How the hell do you do social distancing on a coach? I mean, I've read the guidelines which NatX are putting out, and they're very interesting. So it's the same as a bus basically, you get spread out, but you can only use the toilet if you really must, and you load the coaches up from the back to the front. But then still, if you've got someone, say, going Bradford and they get on before the person to Leeds, the Bradford person still has to walk past the person who's still on the front of the coach who's going to Leeds. So how does that work? It doesn't work. It's another bullshit thing. So solos are prone to losing panels. Well, no, that's just the panels that I've been finding. It's not so much solos are prone to losing panels, it's more Diamond Bus are prone to losing panels. Probably because they don't put the screws in them by the looks of it. So yeah, Diamond Bus, if you're watching, you want your panels back, it's 50 quid a panel. I'll even deliver them back to your Bolton depot for you, where they belong, but it's 50 quid per panel. I have a selection of panels that you might be interested in. I have seen you've already replaced several of the panels you've dropped, which is a shame really, because I've got a cheap deal for you here. It's cheaper than Carly Bus and Coach. Today Mr Diamond driver decided he wanted to skip half the X5 route. It's probably an XMCT driver, you know, they're used to it, but it means if they're caught by TFGM on the track that they didn't do the route and it wasn't a planned diversion, they won't get paid for it. One of the lads that bought the yard dumped in the yard, funny enough they had an open top yes, I have seen that picture. One of the guys who goes to our shed from his the son of one of the Bolton drivers, and yes, I've seen that picture. I felt I could do with a nice bit, this good bit of aluminium that, and so, but unfortunately I can't go collect it and claim it because it doesn't fit into a Kia Picanto. That's the issue. Everything I collect has to fit into a Kia Picanto. Mr. Jingles, I feel so sorry for you, the amount of shit you get from the kids when you go through Swinton. What kids? What shit? Doesn't bother me. Don't give a care. As long as they're not smashing the bus up. Do you think all of this is realistic to keep up? No. No, I don't. Because when full service is restored, we don't have the buses to supply all the duplicates, to supply 20 people per bus. NatX don't have all the coaches. The 212, for instance, used to be rammed. What they're going to do now, put 3 or 4 coaches on it all following each other? No, they're not. Fucking stupid. Stephen, yes, you would have watched my video there. And yes, Stagecoach Manchester still do operate as GM buses. It is on their licence disc as GM Buses. South, I think it is. Can't remember. I've got a picture of the disc over there. Might be able to access it on here. I'm sure it's South. I always get the two mixed up. I did get one of the informations in that video wrong, which no one seems to have picked up on yet. But I did go on over myself part of it, and no one seems to have cottoned on yet. But we'll see. That's now at the point where you all go and watch that video now to find out where I tripped myself up. Yeah, there it is. We operate as GM Manchester Buses, Greater Manchester Buses South Limited, which is GM Buses South. Sure, they'd put it in order of destinations. You would think so, but this is National Express. This is the same people that will ring you up because you've missed your junction. Even if you know you've missed your junction, you're running empty, they will ring you up to tell you you've missed their junction. When you tell them to get the fuck off their your phone, they don't listen to you. So they don't have any common sense. The head office is in Birmingham, where they ring you from, so you can't understand them, they can't understand you, but they don't understand, get the fuck off my phone now before I launch the phone out the window. So, yeah. We're not doing Bradford, they just tend to be alright. Solos tend to be more Eccles, site, yeah. Where do you store the panels, or are you joking? I store them at the bus. Put them in my car, take them up to the bus. I've got a new grill which needs putting onto my bus, but we need to cut it out of the panel that fell off the bus so we can then put it onto our panel. So we've got the original grill back from just before it's painted into red and white, which is for the exhaust. Diamond Northwest has promised 128 new buses, half of them are second hand. Well, to Diamond second hand are new. Are you based in Hyde Road Garage? I live in Manchester and probably been on the 38. Yes, I am Hyde Road based. I didn't even know yeah, they do. I'm sure they do. They're in Stockport a lot more now when they're solos causing carnage, because they're all ex-MCT drivers that are there causing carnage, and they just do what they want when they want. Oh, fuck yeah, the kids. Do you know the best way to deal with kids on the bus? Just let them travel. Balls to bit. Not your problem to sort out that they have no social capability and they think you're scum of the earth because you're driving the bus, yet they'll work in McDonald's and later in life. You'll walk in and you go, can I have a Big Mac and chips, and you go, ha, you call me a twat and I earn more the money than you, dickhead. Have a Big Mac and fries, please. Yes, James Salve, yes, saw that video. Got any thoughts on... we've done them thoughts, Oliver. I didn't know you were still a moderator, man. Diamond are a joke. Driver told me to fudge off. I made a rude gesture because I took a picture. He screamed at me in the middle of Wythenshawe Interchange. Best way to deal with that, send it into Diamond. Take a video, send it into Diamond. Diamond won't like it. I've got some info on Diamond buses. Get new buses instead of ex-London transport buses. Well, Diamond get a lot of right buses, don't they? And right buses going down the pan again. So, yeah. Get a roof rack on the car. Why would I want to steal? Not steal. Why would I want to ruining my little sporty Picanto with a roof rack. It might be an automatic Picanto, but it can shift. Gives me much driving pleasure, even though people go, you can't have driving pleasure in an automatic. You can. Doesn't fit a roof rack. Some drivers don't get that we're filming the bus, not the driver. No, some drivers just not interested in that. They think that bus enthusiasts, people who preserve buses, they're just weird. And even I get it that where I work, they just think I'm weird because I've got a bus and I preserve it. It's just weird. That's how they see it. Yeah, roof's a bit small for that. Yeah, GM Buses North, they sort of moved about a bit. Judging by their media source that I used for that video, they became First Bus, but I know someone corrected me at some point on that. And then the comment disappeared. No, some companies don't. No, if you've got any driver from any company which will tell you to fudge off and give you hand gestures, and you catch it on video or photo, the company will be very interested in that, because you still then got a right to post that video, image, whatever online, and it doesn't give them a very good image. So they're very keen to step that out. Anyway guys, I've been going for 1 hour 6 minutes, so start wrapping up your questions. I've seen that people have been chatting in Discord. The problem is I can't see that chat in Discord because it's like the size of a mouse over there. And I don't think I have Discord on my laptop, but I do have Discord on my phone. Oh dear. It appears that we have in the group idiots which need to be banned, delete previous and ban. Same things. Sorry, I've got slight. I'm just cleaning up the chat on Discord because no one moderates it. I do apologise for anyone that has been in the Discord chat. There's only me moderating at the moment, and obviously I've been busy. So I forgot to count that anyone that has patronship. Oh, oops. Message. Please rejoin kit by mistake. Sorry, I've really got us finished sorting this out. Oh, you need to go as well, I believe. Right, I'll sort that out. We need to obviously have some sort of bot in there operating all the time, and the bot that is obviously in charge of monitoring that is not as keen as the bot that does the chat for online YouTubing. Do you reckon it might be an MCT driver? Probably. Yes, I am shooting off as well, don't worry. Again, those that did join the Discord chat, there is a link below which is open for a few hours, which you will be able to come in and join into the server. I do apologise for anyone that has joined. I will be putting a post out on there as well, and we will be tightening up the bots and that on there. It's the first time we've been so-called raided, because raiding is what the fuck is that, man? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will keep updated, maybe in another live stream, maybe in Instagram. You can find us plenty of other stuff to do on the channel. And now I've got to try and remember everything in one go, because I can't just edit another piece in. So we have for the channel, if you liked what you see, you can hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. This will stay up and published for a while. If you really like what you see, you can go to Patreon and you can have a look there. There is several videos that are behind the scenes, extras, extra long videos, stuff that's just for their eyes, stuff like that. Starts from low price. If you're not into Patreon, you can do YouTube Join, which you can see just below as well. Once this is published, hit the join button. That is a slow process, but we are slowly migrating everything over for you. And thank you, Sean. We'll discuss it later or tomorrow. Yeah, you've got join, you've got the Discord server, which there is a link always below to the general server so you can join. There is also an extra link in this video which might expire by the time you come to see it. I think that is everything. Oh, website as well, macbuses.com. You'll find extra pieces of info on there, and all our projects and everything all in one place, easy to find. Our current projects, we're working on the Leyland Atlantean, which is fleet number 96, which is Flight Borough Transport, and 7176, putting that back on the road. There'll be much more info coming up about that. Video every Wednesday, so please people stop asking me. So every Wednesday between 9:30 in the morning, well, 6:30 in the morning and 6:30 at night. It'll be in there somewhere, and if not, there might be two. So thank you very much. As well as that, there's Instagram, which is @MountainBuses, Twitter, which is the Gmail, but I don't really use Twitter, and the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/mountainbuses. Please don't add me as a friend on Facebook. If you want to follow the progress of everything, just follow the page. Please don't add me. If you've got a message to send in, you can send it in to Mountain Buses and the team will answer you there. If you want a specific person, just ask for a specific person in the message. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for your support, and I hope you've enjoyed this rant, I think is the best way of putting it. So, thank you very much. I will now slickly go over there to end the stream. You will never notice. Really must get a remote.
Just can't change my emotions. Come on, love me again. You're all I need. Can you love me again? Love me. Come on, love me the way you did. I just can't change my emotions.